Mama, na digital blessing. High tech, they rise, no stressing. Money boy on the beat. I see numbers on my screen. Green candles make me lean. My people, them, they win. High tech, they flow like stream. Enough, we go down. Now only young we know. All my people gather round. Make we show them how we do. High tech, na juju money. Juju money. Price, they rise infinitely. My God, dash us this blessing. This blessing. Digital money, no go rest, oh. No rest. Sharp pattern, they confirm. Every trader, they affirm. All time high, no be ceiling. Market makers, them, they feeling. My brother, check the stats. Numbers climbing like that. New record every day. High tech, show them the way. Enough, we go down. The only up we know. All my people gather around.
All right. Hopefully we can start. Let me quickly check how is the sound going, what it should be working before I commence. I'm a little bit unprepared here. Just give me a sec. I'm almost there, almost there. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, apparently is this one here? Loading up. Oh my god, it takes time. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Okay, everything is working fine. Cool. Cool. Everything is working fine, so we can start. My name is Hightech, of course. I'm the creator of Hightech Meme Coin, and on these live streams I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it, and I will comment. I will say a couple of words about Hightech too, here and there. So yeah, let's start. Sorry guys to keep you waiting. And okay, let's switch the screens. Let's go over to here. By the way, if you want to ask me any questions, feel free to do so. I will see it here in the live chat, of course. It doesn't matter on which platform you are watching me. If you watch me on YouTube, I will still see it here. If you watch it on Rumble, I will see it here too. The only exception I think is no, with Twitch as well. With Twitch as well, so yeah, wherever you see it, you just you just write it there in the live chat and we will be good. Okay, so let's discuss briefly what we are dealing with today. So literally just 23 minutes ago, Crypto Fear and Greed Index has been has been completed from the 17th actually, the day 17th, because and in my time zone 17th has already completed 24 minutes ago. I'm in 18th right now, so but maybe even most of you guys will be watching me in Americas now, so but Europe part of the world is still 17th, so I'm talking to you from the future. And as you see, Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at 48, so much lower than yesterday. Yesterday it was at 53. So yeah, we are cooling down. There's definitely a lot of fear and uncertainty in regards to what is going on, globally, and that's perfectly fine. When we look at Bitcoin, I have actually been shaken out of my position on 15 minute time frame. As you see, this one resulted in a slight loss of minus 259%, which is not a big deal because I already had some juicy trades here. These are my last 5 trades. This is how they look. So overall, I'm still in profit, and it's perfectly normal. I have actually majority of trades in negative. What does the trick is to to have your wins much greater than your losses on average, of course, because that is not true for every single win, every single one trade. But on average, of course, wins must be much greater than the losses, and that's what my algorithm does very well. So this one is a very small one. Uh, but on the hourly, I also had a trade closed. Those are two intervals I trade on Bitcoin, and this one has resulted in plus 20%, plus 1973, so almost plus 20%. And yeah, this one concerns me a little bit more uh, when it comes to what is ahead of us. This one can signal that indeed you are losing steam and can have a little bit of a downside in upcoming days. Judging by the market structure, to be honest, I don't really think that is going to happen. But my algorithm, more often than not, interprets markets better than I do. So yeah, maybe indeed we are going to have some negative volatility here. But yeah, so far when I look at it with naked eye, to be honest, I think I'm going to have a reallocation into this market sometime soon. That can also happen, like because right now it's actually when I looked at it with all of everything turned on, like all of the data turned on. Well, it looks like it's very close to a comeback mm, to the allocation, right? To allocating into the Bitcoin market again. It will have it very easy from here to actually come back to that trade. But for the time being, as you see, it's out. This one is much more accurate than 15-minute time frame. Um, on the other on the other hand, it usually it enters or exits much later than 15 minutes, but this time it actually it maintained it very clean. The entry was very clean, the exit is very clean. But yeah, you know, when I look at what is going on in the market, how liquidations are behaving, that they're very low even at the occasions when they should have risen by at least another that what we have seen. uh, to me it tells me in my mind it tells me that the profitability of big players to dump it from here is really really low. So that's why I cannot really believe we are going to see big corrections from here. But to fully clarify it, to come clean, as you know, I've been saying it on many occasions. I said almost on every live stream, if not on all of my live streams. I do not trade cryptocurrency markets manually. I leave it to my trading systems. This is exactly the trades I get on my personal account. So that's why I have that comfort that I can be totally wrong, right? I can be totally wrong because at the end of the day, my systems will handle it for me anyway. My algorithms are going to handle it for me anyway. So that's why you always, have it somewhere in the back of your head that yeah, if you are thinking about, I don't know, following what I say. Here I loosely speculate on. Occasionally I'm very right, occasionally I'm very wrong. So yeah, mind that. But even though right now I'm completely out of Bitcoin. Like I with this exit signal right here, this literally means I have 0 Bitcoin right now. I still think I'm going to come back to the Bitcoin market sometime soon, probably still this week. maybe even tomorrow. I I don't really see this thing collapsing from here, to be honest. I mean, maybe we will get some tumultuous informations, news coming from the Middle East. Maybe then we are going to see a little bit of a drop on that news, because right now things are definitely heating up. It's not going to get any calmer there anytime soon, but people are getting used to it fairly quickly. So that's what matters as a matter of a fact, nothing else. Pure emotions. Because of course, like for example, people in the United States, on South America, they don't see rockets flying over their heads. So of course, it's a little bit uneasy to see what is going on in the Middle East, and how, when you think about how it can escalate into something much, much greater, but it's still far, far away. For example, from the American market, which is the most important for the cryptocurrency sector. So that is why like I said, I have a hard time imagining that we are going to see like minus 20, 30, 40 percent from here. Highly likely not, because when we compare, the cryptocurrency market reactions to what has been going on so far, nothing impressive. Absolutely nothing impressive. Definitely not. When we go over, for example, to others chart, which in my opinion represents the sentiment in the altcoin market, the best way, which is on which is this much more volatile side of the cryptocurrency market. As you see, we are still in the upper section of this zone I have marked here, in between 195 and 245 billion dollars. So yeah, I think if something really, really bad were to happen, we would not be hanging on in the upper zone of this support section here. So I think this already gives us a little bit of an inside info of what is about to happen in this market. From the beginning of this quarter, I was saying this quarter is going to be good. Is going to be a green quarter, not a red quarter. People were saying sell in May and go away. Now it may sound like a good idea because of those geopolitical tensions. I think it's going to be a bear trap, to be honest. Because again, if we go over to the quarterly candle, as you see, it's green. As you see, it's green, right, on others. If you go over to the Bitcoin chart, it's very, very green, right? So for Bitcoin, second quarter was a very good quarter against the quote unquote odds. I was saying the odds are favoring the bulls in second quarter because the first quarter was absolutely terrible. In the altcoin realm, it was far worse, yet we still have got a green candle for this quarter, and I strongly believe, very, very strongly believe, that the next candle is going to be a very, very tall green candle, right? So now apparently we are going to have the last shakeouts, which is I know it sounds a little bit funny, because it already has become a meme, the last shakeout, right? But judging by how the market structure is behaving, where we are resting, that we are holding on, we're holding the support zone. I don't really think anything can drag us lower at this point, to be honest. But I could be wrong on that, so that's why. Remember, I do not trade those things manually. I have my systems for it. Indirect exposure to my systems is through my Meme-Coin, which, by the way, I believe this one here is literally the best trade you can take in the entire crypto sphere, in the entire crypto space. Why? Because one, this is still very early stage, there's only 50 hodlers. Two, I'm the literally influencer in the package with this coin. This is the only project that I promote and I will be promoting. And third, I have a lot of room for growth, right? I'm still very, very small, yet as you see, I managed to promote this coin into a all-time high, $300, over $300. So I think that that's a recommendation on its own, right? So if with 50 hodlers I was able to get it up to $306, imagine if I gather here at 1,000 people, 2,000, 5,000 people, where the price is going to be. I think it's very easy to predict. That one is really, really easy to predict. So I definitely can recommend you a small allocation into this one. The link to it you will find in the description section of this live stream on YouTube or Rumble, depending on where you are actually watching this live stream. Get yourself like $1 worth, $2, $3 worth, just so you have a little bit of skin in the game, because otherwise I'm telling you, you're going to be really, really sorry several months from now. Because me, I will not stop promoting it. I will be promoting it every day on my English live streams. I promote it either every day or every second day. On my Polish live streams, I promote it literally every single day. My Polish social media are, for now, 10 times larger than my English social media. And I think that one is going to change sometime soon, within the next 2 or 3, at most 4 months. I think my English social media are going to flip my Polish social media. But yeah, I have a lot of room for growth, and that this is the only project I will be promoting, period, right? So that is why, to some extent, even though this is a meme coin, I think you can treat it a little bit like your own stake in your own shares in all of my social media. So yeah, I literally don't see a better trade right now in the entire internet, because I know how solid I am, right? I'm a very solid brand. I never give up. I never give up my projects. I always, do the job very well. And yeah, this one is the easiest one to predict. And I think, so, like I said, within the next, at most, couple of weeks, a lot of interest is going to kick into cryptocurrency sphere. I think we are going to see larger rallies here, even though right now it does not feel like it. But I think Others Chat is giving us early signs, very early signs, but solid ones, that we are, as you see, we are constantly flirting with the upper zone of this support here. This is a apparently very dense zone of support, because even though the geopolitical situation is not sounding the greatest, we are in the upper section of it. So I think this is a harbinger of something absolutely epic coming. And I think this sign here right now, it definitely should not be underestimated. I think it's going to be very, very costly to underestimate it. So then when that time comes, all of the charts like this one, interest over time on Google Trends, are going to absolutely skyrocket. Who knows, maybe right now we are getting a tiny bit of it, because the read from this week is slightly higher on Memecoin search term, is slightly higher than last week, because last week it was 14, this week is already 16. So we are getting a slight bump up, and who knows, maybe we are starting a major uptrend. I to be honest, I believe so. I believe that we are literally starting a major uptrend in interest around cryptosphere. Here we are looking about, I mean, at meme coin search term, which some people may not, relate much, correlate a lot with crypto itself, but I believe meme coin and meme coin search terms are the best for tracking the sentiment around crypto. Here on meme coin is the other way around. Here we are actually still on a downward trajectory, but up until actually yesterday, we've been on a downward trajectory with both of them, meme coin and meme coin search terms. So right now we are observing a first crack in the dam, as you see, from 14 to 15, right? So one point higher than in the previous in the time interval in the previous week. So I think this one has the lowest point of entry. I mean, to enter through, to enter the crypto zone, the easiest, let's say, path of resistance is through meme coins. That is why I believe we will get first signs first here than anywhere else. And yeah, this literally could be it. This literally could be it. I mean, we've been going down for two weeks straight, and so like literally, this is the first time in a month, more or less in a month, when we can see a little bit of a rise up there, right? So good, very good. Very good. But as you see, this one does not show all of the states, but that one actually doesn't matter. Most of the states are calculated here. In Oregon, it's actually 100% in Oregon and 45 in Florida. Nice. Yeah. Let's take a look at other charts, what they can tell us, or what they are trying to tell us. So as you see, Bitcoin dominance yesterday, I mean, according to my time zone, the 17th has closed, and according to UTC too, has closed red. So far, this daily is also red. I'm waiting for this thing to completely fall from here, jump out of the jump off the balcony. I think this is literally where it sits. It literally sits at the balcony. It's ready to jump. It's still holding the barrier, but I think it's going to let it go, and we are going to see an absolute collapse from here. I think in the hindsight, within few weeks, it's going to look very, very obvious. This one had to end up bad. But right now, some people can still count on it, going higher, maintaining the growth. I think that's very silly to believe, but I could be wrong on that. Of course, that's always an option. But I think what this price action is trying to tell us is just get the hell out of here and just search for something else. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is also, this one is actually PAXG, which is tokenized gold on Binance. Gold also yesterday has closed, so 17th, right? According to UTC, UTC time, has closed in the red today. Today's daily is also so far is opening in red, so that's good. If you want to make it easy, we want gold. If you want to make it very legible, we want gold to be absolutely collapsing from here. How likely it is that gold will be collapsing? It's not anything given, because if like I said yesterday, before yesterday, the day before that, if there will be a lot of liquidity injection into American economy, gold can soar, and that can be something very, very confusing for those that use it as an indicator when to invest in risk on assets. But very well, it can also score a major correction from here, because I mean, it definitely had an amazing rally, right? When we look at it from this perspective, this uptrend was it was quite stable and very long, definitely very long, quite stable, ongoing, on and on. So yeah, whenever you see uptrends looking like this, sooner or later, it's safe to assume they are going to have some sharper corrections. And yeah, who knows, maybe this is some sort of a beginning of something like that. But as you see, on the way up, we've been seeing this grade of volatility already. So like I said, this is not a given, absolutely not a given, and especially in this environment, right, with these conditions. So let me take a look at the live chat. Okay, if you guys have any questions, then of course don't hesitate to ask them. I will try to answer to you to the best of my abilities. If I don't know, I will tell you. Just I don't know. I tend not to talk too much about topics don't I don't have any expertise at. So I think that's the best thing to do. You know, whenever somebody tries to confront you with something that you don't really have no idea about. So yeah, let's take a look at S&P. S&P had a red day today, but not tragically red, because again, when we switch to greater resolution, so lower time frame, as we see, more than anything else, we are actually having high lows here, here, here. So inherently, structurally speaking, we are actually hanging on pretty well. I don't really see anything that you should be worried about just yet. I don't know, maybe tomorrow that one is going to change. Even if tomorrow is going to be slightly more negative, I still don't think you should be panicking yet, because with again with the course of things in the Middle East, we still maybe before something major happening there. So that given that I just received exit signal on the Bitcoin chart, that could be trying to tell us that a little bit of more panic will kick in before people will sober up. But I still, honestly, I would highly discourage you from counting on huge market corrections anytime soon, because like I've been explaining to you guys, right now, below the price action, pretty much across the global finance, there's not much of liquidity. Most of the players are the big guys. Retail is almost entirely gone from here, so that is why. I mean that is literally what numbers around liquidations are showing us. So that is why it leads me to a conclusion that those guys, they never drop their bags into empty holes. So that is why it's highly unlikely they are going to do it now, even in the greatest of panics. At the best, they are going to wobble it a little bit, shake it up a little bit, and that's it. Not too much, because otherwise they will be just depreciating their own assets, right? Their own basket of assets, and they hate to do that. Whenever they want to unload, they do it on heads of average Joes, average James Queens, and people of that kind. Average James Win. Average James Win is is a new term in my dictionary. Take it or hate it. I think is spot on. I've been preaching to you guys, do not use leverage trading. Stay away from leverage. It will always wipe you out. If you want to make money in trading, just stick to spot trading. And there is literally zero need for you to go leveraged. And James Wynn is a very good example of that. So yeah. What else can I say about it? Yeah, from what I remember, I think oh maybe okay. Liquidation levels a little bit higher today, as you see, $85 million on Bitcoin, $106 million on Ethereum. On Ethereum, I think I have shown you on these live streams that even though I don't trade actually, I don't trade Ethereum now hourly. If I were to trade it, I would be out of the trade with a result of plus 37%. And on 15 minute, I'm out of trade as well. So that means, yeah, there is something under the hood in the crypto market that there's a little bit of upward momentum missing. So like I said, the probability of negative volatility is right now is higher. It's simply higher. But structurally talking, even here we are above 2,435. So far, it looks good. If we try to, forget, get rid of any indicators, anything that is calculating, what the market is doing, under the hood. If you look at the pure price action, structurally speaking, right now, this one looks good. This one should not have you worried at all, in my opinion. And it is actually very close for even my algorithm to come back to allocation, to allocating into the Ethereum market. So yeah, consider that. But also remember, me myself, I do not trade this manually. I have my systems from it. I use this algorithm here. On top of that, those systems, add other layers of risk management. So yeah, so it's always worth to remember about it when you consider following my advice. The only advice I can honestly give you is to get yourself a little bit, small chunk of high tech, and just hodl it, hodl it, hodl it for a year, and you'll be happy. If you hold it for a year, I think I cannot be more certain in anything else um, than this. So yeah, because of how small it is, because of um, how consistent I am with promoting my projects, with my live streams and everything, with how what access I have to wider audience right now. Whenever the interest around cryptocurrencies gets on the rise, I think it will be very easy to bring this one back to all-time highs. All-time highs is all-time highs, and much higher than that. So yeah. All right, guys, let's take a look at my Twitter, or actually my X. Let's see what we have here. I have some notifications. Somebody liked my post on my X account. It is about this live stream. I lost the blue mark because I did not buy this year. I'm not buying and I'm not purchasing premium account on X. I've been with it for 2 years, and to be honest, there is very little benefit to it. So, like literally, from any side, like even if you're a promoter, it doesn't really improve your reach or anything. It doesn't really help you with promoting anything. It gives you like a reply boost, but that reply boost is something to completely skip. it's definitely. I mean, for now, in its current form, I don't think it's worth it. Given that, I mean, in back in the old days, right? You had to pay premium to have access to Grok. Later, they gave it also to free accounts. And to be honest, literally that day, it lost any sense to pay for premium account. So yeah, so that's why you don't see a blue mark um, anymore next to my handle, X handle. Okay, what we are talking about here? $110 billion. Vanek CEO just said live on CNBC that more Americans own Bitcoin than gold. Wild times. Yeah, probably true. That's probably true because gold is a little bit problematic in holding anyway. So even tokenized gold, right? Me, I always tell my friends, listen, if you want to hold gold, get yourself a tokenized version of it on chain. I think it's much safer. But even that, for example, will not protect you from seizure, right? Like if government decides that they want to seize your tokens, they will do that, right? And the emittent will of course have to you know go along with whatever they are asked for. So use there's smart contracts on the token and just take it from you and that's it. Or I don't know, freeze it. Most of those, most of stablecoins, most of those tokens emitted by stablecoins emittents. Among them, of course, you can find those that tokenize gold or silver. They have that ability. They can literally freeze your address. But yeah, but on physical gold, I think it's dangerous. It's literally dangerous. So Bitcoin is a very great Bitcoin Telegraph because in most of places on this globe right now, if you want to buy gold, first you have to give away your personal data, personal information that is archived somewhere that you own this much and this much gold. In most of European countries right now, it's like that. Probably in the United States, in many states, the situation is literally the same. So that means someone, if there is a leak of that data, and sooner or later there will be a leak of that data, you are literally in danger. Cointelegraph update: the SEC delays decision on Franklin Templeton spot XRP ETF, seeking public comment on the proposal. What? Public comment? Comment from who? The new deadline for the decision is on July 22nd. This is a very weird thing to do by SEC, to be honest. Public comments? Like they're going to make a survey in the street? What? It's not like I'm an XRP fan. I'm absolutely not. I do trade XRP. I trade it for my customers. I trade it on my profit sharings very successfully. I'm definitely not a fan of it. I still make money on it. But this one is really, objectively speaking, this is something very weird. Yeah, the same crypto saving experts write about the same. Public input, requesting public input. Like what? What? This is so weird. Life without Bitcoin. Life generally is like that, unfortunately. Or if it's not for some years, soon it's going to get like that anyway. It's going. Is my connection stable? Yes, it is. I'm actually a little bit too low. So yeah, this is my meme coin, of course. It's called Hightech. It's a Solana meme coin. I don't think I said. Maybe at the beginning I said it's a Solana meme coin. Sometimes I forget to mention about it. It's a Solana meme coin, and this is literally the best, in my opinion, my humble opinion. This is the best trade on the entire internet you can take right now. If you buy a little bit of this one, don't buy too much. Something small, just so you don't sweat it too much. Hold it for a year. I'm absolutely sure I'm going to be delighted. Here, okay. Here, maybe let's switch to Bitcoin. Yeah, why not? 1 hourly, maybe daily. Let's take a look how daily is behaving here. Daily is green so far. Okay, you know what? Let's take a look at the weekly. This weekly, even at this shape, it's not looking tragic. It's not looking the best. It's not looking like the best version of itself, but it's definitely far from looking disastrous. Okay, let's move on. That was 39 minutes ago, so fresher. Justin, Iran claims it has complete control over Israeli airspace. That's funny because Donald Trump has tweeted the same about Iran, that United States and Israel has a complete they have complete control over Iran airspace. This is a very funny thing. They are throwing at each other for at least one more day, probably a few days, and yeah, that will inject a little bit of uncertainty in the market. I still think this weekly candle across the board is going to close green. Breaking. Arab Media shared this video of a man slowly stroking a warhead titled Maybe. This comes after Iran state media claimed that tonight they will surprise the world. They will surprise the world will remember for centuries. Okay, that sounds weird. Yeah, so dangerous. I don't really think they have a nuclear warhead. Probably not. Maybe they have a dirty bomb, but let's say a classical nuke. Probably not. Mitch Kevin, sentiment on Truth Social right now. That was 38 minutes ago. To announce that I will be putting up two beautiful flag poles on both sides of the White House, north and south lawns. It is a gift from me of something which was always missing from this magnificent place. The digging and placement of the poles will begin at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow morning, flags will be raised at approximately 11 a.m. Eastern Time. These are the most magnificent poles made. They are tall, tapered, rust-proof, rust-proof rope inside the pole and of the highest quality. Hopefully, they'll proudly stand at both sides of the White House for many years to come. Andrew Mulligan, bro, come on, how about let us know what the fuck is going on? This is the sentiment on Truth Social right now. Right. And this was a post by Donald J. Trump. Yeah, so people are fearful. So probably tomorrow is going to be a little bit shaky. Sorry for my I have weak eyesight, so it cost me a little bit to read longer texts. My job is too complex to automate. It's too complex to automate. My job is too complex to automate. Okay, and a sewing machine right behind. Yeah, but this one still needs a human operator. Let's say. Sam Altman says bonuses to OpenAI staff. Not 100 million annual compensation, just the signing bonus. Okay. Meta, that's not how you build a great culture. Also said, none of OpenAI's best people are leaving. This AI talent war is crazy. Okay. So yeah, Coinbase, thinking about mining Bitcoin with your own PC? Yeah, it's possible, but it's going to be very inefficient. Very, very inefficient. Bro, trust the whole world. Yeah, he definitely trusts the whole world. I wonder what that is. He's just sleeping like that. And he's alive. For a moment, I thought, but like maybe he's dead after all, but no, he's alive. A funny one. I wish, I wish he lives like that until very old age, and then dies naturally, an accident, on run over. Cointelegraph. Alert: over 97 million in long positions were liquidated in just 1 hour. Well, yep. But in 24 hours, numbers numbers are not really that impressive. It was one aggressive hour, 24 hours, not that much. So that's why I keep claiming, I keep calling it for what it is. Liquidations levels at these evaluations, at where we are, with the price, are very low, very, very low. We should definitely see it much higher, meaning that there is no retail investors, individual investors. All of this is a play of the giants, and they will not be dropping their bags into large holes. Absolutely not. They will wait until things calm down, and they will be calling for James Wins to um, to and they will pour onto them all of those bags that they own. They will not be dropping it from from the height. They will be building a ground for it. Rain's revenge. My boys in the military are telling me they just got fed steak and lobster. Breaking. Coinbase is seeking SEC approval for tokenized equities. Cool. That will be very cool. And once those tokenized equities hit Binance, I will definitely be trading them. USA discovers a new nuclear site in Iran. They now claim you can't negotiate with Iran. They now claim I can't negotiate. I think that's what little Babel wanted to write here. I think it's a typo. I was gone for a few hours, missing CT, which is crypto BCX. What did I miss? Okay, this is engagement farming. Let's leave it. Okay, so from what I see today, the biggest news is about Coinbase waiting for the SEC to approve blockchain-based stocks. As you see, the all of this mess in the Middle East, most advertised, and tomorrow, FOMC today cut those rates. Was it today or is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. I think get a decision about interest rates. I think there is some decent chances. There are some decent chances of actually get those rate cuts. Why? Because right now I think markets need a little bit of a boost. Trump is pressing Jerome Powell all day long. From the first minute he wakes up until he hits the bed, Trump is sitting on him to lower those rates finally, and I think it can be a little bit too overwhelming for Jerome Powell. to keep going like that. Because if it crashes right now, it will be all on him, and because he did not lower the rates. So I think he may not wait, any longer, and use the first opportunity to actually behind. I could be wrong on that though, so yeah, don't quote me later on that. This one we already have seen. Okay, so we are already see repeating tweets. Okay, guys, so allow me to wrap it up right here. Share if you haven't done so, and definitely consider some small allocation into high tech, my meme coin, before it's too late. High interest kicks in. In the crypto space, things are going to happen very very fast here. That much I can guarantee you, 100%. So be first. This is a very early stage of this market. Don't don't miss this opportunity, because it is I think this is literally the best opportunity you can find on the internet right now. And yeah, and other than that, guys, I'll see you sometime soon. Cheers.